and welcome back to Baghdad, Iraq.
Crossing the road in Baghdad is a special skill. Traditional Baghdadi bread. This looks so cool.
I want it. Ain't got dinner, did you? Put it in your mouth. This is literally a zoo in a restaurant.
Oh, this is on my head.
Oh my god.
I did not think I'd be holding a snake when you said I was coming to Iraq. Good afternoon and welcome back to Baghdad, Iraq. It still doesn't feel real saying that. It is day 2 in the country and we're starting off in Firdaus Square. This square was famous as it used to be known as Saddam Square. It used to have a huge statue of Saddam Hussein right in the center until 2003 when the US toppled it. Up until a few years ago, instead of the statue, there was just a garbage can replacing the statue of Saddam in the center, but they've now modernized it and changed it into this brand new area. You've got big fancy hotels around here. This is pretty surreal.
This is crazy. I remember seeing this on the news, all over the news when Saddam's statue was toppled. So for us to be here, it just feels very, very unusual.
And it
very
shows
strange.
how far Iraq has come.
Definitely, the new government have completely, as Matt said, modernised this. It's got like fountains, you've got benches, and it's like a nice place to just sit in the middle of the busy Baghdad traffic.
And this is the exact spot. You can see where it was a garbage can. I am now stood where Saddam Hussein was toppled.
Crossing the road in Baghdad is a special skill.
That was close.
Thank you. We've made it. The traffic in Baghdad is a little bit crazy right now, but we are currently on a 10-day trip with our friends at Al Rafidain, and we're going to be exploring Baghdad, hopefully all that Baghdad has to offer. There is going to be so much, and lots of cities.
Karbala, Basra,
Najaf, Nazaraya. There's a lot to come. We have been really lucky to have a long-term partnership with Skyscanner, and if you don't know, Skyscanner is a travel search engine helping you find the best deals on your travels. They've actually asked us to provide you with some tips and hacks on general travel, and we have enough experience to give you some tips on things that actually will work. The first tip is to email a scanned copy of your passport. For whatever reason, you may need a digital copy of your passport. We've had it many times for accommodation or travel companies where if you're out and about and they need your details, it's easiest just to have it on your phone ready to send over. Also, forgetfulness and theft can often come at the wrong time, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Secondly, we recommend late night travel days and flights. Normally these are much more affordable. You'll see on Skyscanner normally the cheaper ones are the slightly more uncomfortable flight times. The only problem is you do lose that night's sleep, but you do end up saving a lot of money. Lastly, we recommend that you try Skyscanner for yourself on your next trip. They provide you with the cheapest flights for your selected dates, and you can actually look through the month very easily and see which flight suits you. It's a great way to save money and you'll enjoy your trip a lot more knowing that it didn't break the bank. A huge thank you to Skyscanner for partnering with us, and let's get back to Baghdad. Not far from Saddam Square is actually the Alibaba Monument, a female Alibaba. It is so random. Apparently it's a story that dates back to like the 18th century where somebody stole all of her stuff and she filled these pots up with hot oil. It's like the story with 40 thieves that apparently happened here in Baghdad. It's a very random monument to have in the middle of one of your main streets.
I think someone has just turned it on. We were standing here, we were stuck in traffic for 20 minutes and there was like nothing going on, and as soon as we turn up, here comes the water.
This is so cool. When you wander the streets of Baghdad, you can pretty much find everything. And in this little hole in the wall, there's a group of men that are making fresh bread on a long wooden stick. It goes into the wood-fired oven. They pull it out,
Baghdadi bread,
and then it goes like that. Traditional Baghdadi bread. This looks so cool.
Shukran, thank you.
Turns out this is traditional salmon. This is the Iraqi bread, and it kind of looks like a boat shape, which is super cool. Are you ready? It's piping hot. Oh my god. They've literally just taken it out of the wood-fired oven. Have I?
Put it in your mouth.
You're probably supposed to have it with something. We look crazy eating it on the side of the road, but it's just the freshest bread you can get.
Seems like everyone goes there to get their bread for breakfast or dinner or lunch or whatever. It's a bit like a pita bread. But yeah, Molly's right. A little bit of cheese or some butter. Be unbelievable.
We've done a little bit of research, and as the sun is starting to set now, we thought it'd be the perfect time to grab a quick snack at one of the most beautiful restaurants I think I've ever seen. This is Buna, and it's in a really old traditional house, I think, but it's down a little back street, and it's just all
very difficult to find. You need
difficult to find. You need maps. You would not believe this is Baghdad. This is so cool.
We've even got a pond full with terrapins and turtles. I hope they're not on the menu. So we weren't sure if this was the right restaurant when we were doing our research. We'd found out that there was a guy in Iraq, in Baghdad, that had opened a restaurant, and on the top floor he had loads of exotic rescued animals because he's got a passion of saving animals from all over Baghdad. And this is definitely it. I mean, look at this guy. I'm going to be eating dinner with a giant python in Baghdad. This is literally a zoo in a restaurant.
This is very, very unique. So he has, I think it's like a terrapin. We have a bearded dragon. We have obviously the snakes, the pythons. We have little rabbits. We have tortoises, hamsters, guinea pigs, white snails.
Look at the rabbits.
Tortoises.
And the rabbits like jump up when you go and say hello.
Watch, ready? Almost. They're just so cute. But there's literally, this is just wild. Like, I can't comprehend how we're in a nice restaurant and on the top floor there happens to be a zoo.
Is this what you imagined when you thought of Baghdad, a zoo in a restaurant?
Absolutely not. Actually, do you know what? I want to find out what's in there. There's something really small hiding under like a skull of a, I don't know, it looks like a mini ram's head. Just a small one?
A small, oh my god.
Okay? The lady has offered for Matt to actually hold the small snake.
Hi. I'm nervous.
I'm not going to hold it. I'm scared. Does it have a name? The snake, does it have a name?
Oh, actually, I thought my name.
Your name as well.
Your name. Your name and the snake's name.
Okay, my name is Nada. Hi.
Hi.
And the snake name is Leo.
Leo
and all
snake.
of these are
It's like nickname.
Nickname?
Yeah.
Is it a python?
Yeah.
So it doesn't bite? Huh? No, I'm nervous.
Oh my god, I've never felt a snake before. It's kind of slippery.
Oh wow, it's really slimy.
Oh, how lovely. Wow.
Round your neck, Molly?
No, you can do it. That's fine.
Give me your hand.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well,
your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you want? Oh, like this?
Yeah, like
Oh, it's on my head.
Oh my god.
Hands.
Welcome to Baghdad.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's gonna like suffocate me. Hello. I'm holding a snake. Oh my god, can you see its tongue? Can you see that coming out?
Hello. Leo only bites sometimes, Molly.
Don't say that because I'm already sweating. Look at my face, I'm bright red. I've never held a snake before.
I did not think I'd be holding a snake when you said I was coming to Iraq. This is the scariest thing in Baghdad. Wow.
That actually was the scariest thing to happen to us in Baghdad. Holding a huge snake. It was big. She said it was small, but it definitely wasn't. But we came down to our little booth area. I love it in here. It's all very traditional. You have, can you see this? The walls are made of like mud and straw, which is really, really cool. And the menu, is not in English. So you will need to have some data with you, or kind of what we're doing is just actually looking at what everyone else has and deciding what we would like to have. So I hope that we've picked some meat kebabs.
Shukran.
Wow.
Shukran, we have got a feast.
Wow, we have a huge feast. This looks amazing.
We made the right choice looking at other people's food. Look at this. These are Iraqi kebabs on a bed of Iraqi bread.
You're a poet and you didn't know it.
You know it. Just grab a little bit of this, get a little bit of that. I think it is a combination of lamb and beef. It's good. Char grilled. It's hard to talk about food, isn't it? I don't know how food vloggers do it.
So good. And
just
they have some other dishes. They've got like tikka, we got half chicken there, I think, something like that.
It's an Iraqi feast.
We're struggling a little bit. It was a lot of the Iraqi bread has done it. I'm a bit full.
They brought out this extra bowl of like 5 sheets.
And it's all warm and amazing. And I'm trying to like help my digestion with a pickled chili, and it's not helping.
So that came to 22,000 Iraqi dinar, which is about 15 US dollars. So $1 US should be 1,500 Iraqi dinar, and you actually can get Iraqi dinar or USD out here. There's lots of ATMs and they all work. Just not many places will accept card payment, but we are now walking towards the most famous square in all of Iraq, in all of Baghdad, which is Tahrir Square. But on the way, we're heading through a night market, and this is really our first glimpses of Baghdad at night, and they do some great fake stuff for very affordable prices.
We actually just found out that they have no customs tax, so it makes things much cheaper here, which is good to know, because I'm pretty sure that we're going to end up at some point buying quite a lot.
I'm not sure that works, buying a fake top.
No, maybe not, but you can actually go into a nice shop, or you can shop on the market. You get the best of both.
As you walk through, you'll realise that their fake stuff is very good quality, and this is real Lacoste?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Real Lacoste. Turkish Lacoste. Turkish Lacoste. And I think it fits quite nice. What do you think? Do I get it?
Yeah, I think it looks nice.
Baghdad is the only city in the world that I know that you go to buy something from a market and you agree to the price that they say first of all, and then they give it to you cheaper. So it's just impossible to film a market video out here, but I've now got my real Lacoste, and we found out just down the street that in Baghdad they have alcohol stores. So I think it's time for 2 Iraqi beers. I can't believe this.
They literally have everything in here. I don't know what to choose, and I think some of the cans are only $1.
I did not know this existed. We were told that they do not produce beer in Baghdad, but this, Farida, is the beer of Baghdad. Can you believe that? I didn't even think we found. I didn't even think we would find alcohol out here, and this is less than $1. Shukran.
Thank you very much. We have secured the goods.
Who would have thought that it is that easy to find alcohol in Baghdad, Iraq? Apparently in recent years it is changing a lot. Like, there is loads of alcohol stores, there are even some bars, and there's rumours that you can even find a nightclub in Baghdad. But our last stop of the day, of the evening, is the famous Tahrir Square. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is the largest square in all of Baghdad, and is very important because it was used to commemorate the founding of the Republic of Iraq in 1958, and the mural behind me is very impressive.
Throughout the years there have been a lot of protests and demonstrations on this exact square. This is really important to lots of people, to all the Iraqis, to celebrate their freedom and to remind them of the freedom and to keep the freedom.
So you can see all the images and above, and it is basically people fighting for their freedom.
Just opposite Tahrir Square, pretty much in the middle of the road, is this underground mural area where basically...
We're being bibbed up.
Hello! basically people protested and demonstrated here for 1.5 years. They set up camps right here to protest for jobs, all sorts of people, and they basically painted these murals that are still here today. They wanted all sorts of changes, but it's just so, they're so unique. All of them tell a different story, and we're literally standing right in the road to have a look at them.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What a day in Baghdad, Iraq. Coming back into the green zone, that is never not going to be fun. It is like watching a movie. There's like 4 checkpoints. There's like 30 soldiers with huge guns. There's barbed wire fences. There's tanks. And we're staying in here. Like, not many people even get to visit the green zone. We are staying here. We are staying in here. But I'm finishing my night with a Farida lager beer from Baghdad. This was less than $1 and it's surprisingly decent. I thought it was going to be terrible. I didn't even know they did beer. You can get beer in Baghdad. What do you think? Iraqi beer?
It's actually really nice. You know, it's easier to describe beer than it is to describe food.
I was nervous. I thought it was going to be terrible.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't going to be good, but that's pleasantly surprising. It's like 11 o'clock at night right now. This will probably help me get to sleep because we're up early in the morning for some more exploring in Baghdad.
Good morning from Baghdad, Iraq. I slept incredibly well last night after drinking my $1 local Iraqi beer, and we've got up bright and early this morning to check out the Shahid Monument. This monument was erected in the 80s to commemorate the fallen soldiers of the Iraq-Iran war, and is now basically being used to commemorate all fallen soldiers in all of Iraq. It's incredibly foggy this morning and we actually have the place completely to ourselves. It's a very unique shape. It's like a blue egg-shaped type dome sitting on top of the Tigris River. I was worried we wouldn't even see this with the fog this morning.
It is starting to clear, the sun is starting to poke its head out in the sky, but I unknowingly managed to wear the same colour trouser as the monument. I have to say, I absolutely love the colour, and it's such a striking monument out onto the river. Great location for it as well.
Is this what you imagine when you think of Baghdad, Iraq? These incredibly modern monuments, actually designed by the Japanese, palm tree lined walkways. And to have this to ourselves, we're incredibly lucky. Apparently because of the fog, a lot of the local Iraqis have decided not to come, which makes this, I suppose, even more special.
The closer you get, the better it looks. Entrance to get into here was 25,000 Iraqi dinar per person, which is around $20 US.
You realise the closer you get, the sheer size of this thing, and then you have
it's huge.
A statue of the Iraqi flag draped around, I presume, names of the fallen soldiers.
I think you have to remember where you are, but it is a very pretty monument, I would have to say.
I don't think there is more prominent a place than this in all of Baghdad to end our second full day, well, third morning exploring this city. We are absolutely loving it, and I think this place shows that always remember the past, remember everything that has happened, but they're pushing forward, they're changing. This country has a lot to offer. Don't listen to the media. Visit Baghdad, come, the people are just, honestly, Iraqis are the friendliest people. We've seen monuments, we've seen where Saddam's statue has fallen, and I've had dinner in a zoo. It's absolutely crazy. Oh, and they do beer. Iraqi beer is amazing and costs less than $1, but we have so much more to see and do throughout this beautiful country, starting with more to see in Baghdad before heading further south, heading north, and everything else in between. We'll see you in the next one from Baghdad, Iraq.